In my head, I'm already 65. Death is on my doorstep, I think he's getting high. Exemplified by the way I never hit the brakes. This body's a burning building, I can't fix the place. 50 shades and it's all monochromatic. I live this way because I just got in the habit. I talk to the traffic and tell it that I'm running late. I let it end to bring the implications that come up with fate. Thinking on my gravestone's placement and the wording. They got me writing up a will, I'm only in my 30s. Everyone I've ever met is death obsessed, but the grief we all experience gets repressed in the next breath. I think I'm running out of time to die young. I think I'm running out of time to die young. I think I'm running out of time to die. I think I'm running out of time. I think I'm running out of time to die young. I think I'm running out of time to die young. I think I'm running out of time to die. I think I'm running out of time. All out of momentum and also fucks to give. These arrows got no venom and also they wanna miss. Can't afford to start to begin to fail college. I can't get hired with hand tattoos, rings and nail polish. I'm a long time listener, first time caller, an online prisoner with words I've altered. Time is of the essence but my mind is up and restless. So much life wasted fearing death is just excessive.
When the heck did we get old?
Hell, I've always been old, Ben. You know what, though? I don't mind.
All right. Everybody, welcome. Thank you for being here on a Saturday morning. We are eternally grateful. We've got an incredible guest today. Truly one of the hardest working bladers, in my opinion, as far as sections go. Creative skating, technical skating, hammer skating, all the skating. We're also listening to a song by him right now. My Body's a Burning Building, one of my favorites. This is on a repeat for me constantly. I like to skate to it, actually. Welcome, Happy to. Thank you for being here, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. Meta, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm very blessed, excited to be doing this and having Happy on the screen. It's dope.
Always, dude. Man, yeah, Happy. So, just to preface, I don't know many people doing chain grinds. And you're one of the people I point to when I'm like, yeah, no, there's some crazy things happening in blading. Your chain grinds are definitely one of the things I show people. But then beyond that, dude, the amount of videos you are in, not just alone the amount of sections you put out, but the amount of great clips you have in so many videos, you have to be one of the most precise and one of the coolest bladers to watch, in my opinion. It truly is an honor to have you on, dude.
Damn, dude. Thank you. That's amazing. Yeah, thank you.
It's the least I can say, man. The absolute least I can say. I'm sorry to bubble you up that much, but dude, I've just really enjoy all that you do. So I'm super excited to talk with you.
Nice.
I want to say
that's crazy.
I second everything he just said.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
Thank you.
Let's start simple then. How did you get into skating?
So when I was really young, I remember wanting rollerblades. I remember like asking my parents for rollerblades. I was like maybe 8, 9, 10, and for like a birthday, I asked them one time, and I remember. I don't know. My mom says she doesn't even remember this, but I'm just like, I remember it. I don't know, but I remember asking for them, and then instead of that, they got me like a Kmart skateboard or something. It was like only $20 like a rocket power skateboard. And I remember like I just was like, okay, whatever, it's something. And then I started skateboarding, and I would like, maybe I was like 12 or something or 11 or something by the time I started to actually like do it a little bit. And then I don't even remember I don't even remember what age I was, like 16 or something. And I remember I had a friend who rollerbladed. He skateboarded too, but he would rollerblade, and he was the only guy I knew who rollerbladed. He just had skates, and I remember like he would show me skate videos, and I wasn't like a hater. I was like, this is cool, yeah, I like it, but I just feel like I was like, man, I don't know, I feel like I could do it. I feel like it's not that cool. Like, I was like, he was like, you couldn't do it. I was like, I think I could. I mean, he was like, get my skates on right now, dude. Go out there and grind the rail. I'm like, okay.
All right.
And so I put them on, and they were like these crappy like secondhand razors, like he'd gotten from his brother or something, and like. I remember like it was like a flat square rail, and I jumped on like a front side and just ate shit. But I remember for whatever reason I kept trying, and like I eventually like I landed. It was either a sole or a front side. I don't even remember, but like I just grinded it and rolled away, and then like it was fun. Like I remember we were skating, and it was like just I was having fun doing it, and I don't know why I just kind of like wanted to try it again the next day. You know what I mean? And so like we're just hanging out, skating the rail, and then I do a couple more grinds, and the next thing you know, like I had stopped skateboarding and started rollerblading, and just because I don't know, I don't know what it was about it. But I had a bunch of skateboarding friends, and like all of those friends kind of just like were like, it's kind of like disowned me a little bit after that, and like they came around later once I, but like it wasn't cool to do it. So
That started the Blader skateboarding hate.
it was already there, I think, before I started rollerblading. I don't, because I think that's part of what made me be like, it's easy, you kind of like, and then I tried it and I was like, oh wait, no, it's really hard. I can't. And like, and for whatever reason, I just really liked doing it, and I just kind of, I don't even like, honestly, it's kind of like a blur. It was so long ago.
That's crazy though. Like you started, like it makes so much sense now that I see your skating because you started straight up grinding, bro. Like you went from skateboarding to instead of skating, just grinding.
But I was bad at like actually rollerblading. Like I couldn't roll fakie. Like for a while, like I remember the very first fakie grind I ever did, and this is like for real. I had a friend push me towards the ledge fakie, I swear to God, so that I could half cab sole it. Like fakie 180 sole, and I like I couldn't skate forward and then turn and roll fakie. I was just
That's
like
crazy, man.
unable to do it. I'd fall every time. Eventually I came around and got it, but then I quit for like a lot of years. I stopped at a certain point. I don't know if it was like 2011 or 12 or probably 2010, 11, something like that. I stopped, and then I didn't skate again until like the end or the beginning of 2021 was when I actually started rollerblading again. And basically, like, kind of had to relearn how to skate again because I didn't really, it'd been so many. Like I had skated off and on, but I would just hit like a P rail every now and again, and like once a year or something. I remember I'd hang out with like certain friends. We pull the P rail out, and I'd like three top sole it and be like, I can still do it. And then, but it was. Yeah, but it was kind of a weird beginning story because I don't remember a lot of like what exactly led to what or why. Because then what really made me fall in love with it was like I met Hawk when I was 16, 17, and then I got the first local video, and then I met all the local crew, like people, and was like, oh, okay, like there's this is like, oh, this is amazing. There's people here in like Ohio that do this that are really good, and it was like. That was kind of like the spark to keep doing it.
That's where you're from?
Yeah, Columbus, Ohio.
Oh man, we do a skate every year from Columbus to Cincinnati.
I know, I saw that, and I think that's crazy. And I don't know if I could hang. I don't think I could do it.
Well, there's no grinding, so
yeah, it is not.
Sometimes
grinding.
in spots in between, but.
Yeah, I mean, I don't only like grinding. I do a little of this, a little of that.
I'm just messing with you, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say so when you started and then you came back again, it sounded like you went back again to the nature of the aggressive grinder skating, right? And then you're saying now that you do a little other things. Can you tell me a little other things that you do? Because all I know is just grinding.
Oh, like what do you mean? Like I've never done like a gap, or I don't do like I do. I don't know what you mean. Like I do toe rolls, I do wall rides, I do some swivels every now and again. I've been doing a lot of.
Yeah.
My next section is like cess heavy, which is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't know. I just I try to I don't have like I don't know. I just never thought of my skating as like super grind oriented. I guess it is. I don't know. Whose isn't though, right? Like what do we?
Oh no, it's because I do like a little bit of slalom, distance.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
urban
No,
stuff like that,
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. If I had money, I'd probably buy Wizard frames and like a setup for that. But that's the only thing that really appeals to me. Like, or if I had money, I'd probably have a big wheel set up and maybe just do that every now and again. Like, I don't know, swiveling on big wheels is cool. But
no, you
I don't
start
have any- I don't have
windsurfing,
any-
I'm quitting, bro. I'm quitting.
for what?
If you start wizarding, I'm
Oh
quitting.
yeah.
That's it. You're gonna take
It's
over
all
the
I
over.
would
world.
take them. I would do it on the street. I think I would go to street spots and try to do it. I don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't make any sense at first, but yeah, like uh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I'm definitely an aggressive skater. I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. That's
We
cool though. So you saw yourself all the time just being an aggressive skater, right? Like when you
Yeah, yeah,
started.
there. Yeah, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there was never a start where like I wanted just recreational skates because I didn't know that maybe I'd played aggressive inline, maybe I knew you could do grinds on it, but at first I just like I had a friend that had like a little ramp and he had skates and I remember he was trying to go off of it and I was like I want to go off the ramp on skates. I don't but like there was no I don't know. I literally got aggressive skates, anti-rocker, clacky. These are like second they had like little like rocks for wheels and they were like those crappy anti-rockers that like don't even roll that were like the plastic and they had no heel pads in them so I was like flat on these like really bad razors. It was horrible, but like I eventually got newer skates, but yeah, always aggressive forever. That's
That's dope. So you always saw yourself doing like, because it sounded like you were hooked up right away on like just this journey of like lacing it and then getting to lace something else.
yeah, I just wanted to learn more tricks. I don't know, I felt like there's something really satisfying about doing an alley oop grind for the first time, like grinding backwards down a rail. It was just like the coolest feeling ever. So like I don't know, some stuff like that was like
Hmm.
it's just addicting,
Yeah.
Did you learn how to grind alley oop before you learn how to skate fakie?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say that's because like, and then I would land and it would be horrible because like I would probably just land and do the quick turnaround, like almost fall or something. Like, but I just couldn't turn fakie. Like I could roll fakie, but I couldn't like confidently go, okay, turn fakie, set up.
Yeah,
Like I don't
yeah.
know. I was not very good at skating. I'm I just
That's
really liked it.
yeah,
That's
that's
so dope though.
that's not evident at all with a person who can do zero heel rolls. Holy crap.
I know, that's insane, right?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
This too is one
I
of
could
my
never
favorite,
tell you.
man. The Unity Christ Unity, that's sick.
Like
Woo!
when you talk about blading, what is the thing that sparks you to talk about, or like what do you get more motivated to talk about when you talk about blading? Is it
I guess like I don't know. I really like the unknown. I guess in skating, I like stuff that hasn't. I want to try to explore stuff that hasn't been explored if I can, or like I like to think about just taking different things and putting them together and just like or like the execution of stuff and like the way you do tricks, like what foot you do it with. I don't know. I like all of it. I'm really like a nerd about it. Like I love the technical aspect of it and um
I
you
love
know
it.
I
Yeah.
Oh man.
yeah.
There's not many people I see do your combinations of grinds like stuff like this, and that's what I appreciate the most about your skating. And you just said it yourself. It's obvious that you are chasing things that you're like, you know what? I don't think I've seen that. That'd be cool. I want to try that, and
I
I
know.
I appreciate the crap out of that because it's very obvious you put time into thinking about what would be what's gonna push me. And ultimately, that just ends up being more and more creative because you're at this technical level where stuff like that, man, you just pivot around 360 like that on a street ledge. It's so cool. And so, do
um
you take a lot of time beforehand planning what you're gonna do, or is it more like jazz? You get out there and you just feel it.
it's really a little of both because a lot of the times, I honestly don't consider myself very good at skating, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but like, I just, I'm really good at picking the things that I'm naturally good at for some reason. Like, I just am
Mm.
naturally, I've always been like, back in the day, I was always really good at Christ grinds, and it just wasn't cool to do them, but I was always just really good at them, and I just kind of never explored it because I'm like, it's not cool. Or like, there was a whole bunch of stuff where I was like, well, that's not really the tricks everyone's doing, and like, I don't know, I'm really good at that for some reason, but that's dumb. That's a stupid trick. That's not like a real trick. And
Mm.
uh,
That's
so
cool.
no, seriously, yeah. So I would you know, I just really started to lean into it really heavily, and I wanted to do the things I'm good at. You know, I also want to do all the like I'm really obsessed with things I'm not good at, and that's what I try to explore in skating, honestly. But
Hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of planning. I think about skating a lot, and I write down a lot of stuff. And so
Okay.
you know, I just I kind of get obsessed with different ideas, and for some reason I keep being able to pull off tricks that I've, you know, and they're probably NBDs. I don't know. I feel like people get weird when you start claiming NBDs and stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's some weird they're it's them. It's not. I don't know. Because I don't know. I have a lot of friends who are like almost rollerblade scholars, and like they've, you know, been like, I've never seen anyone do that, and I'm like, well, I guess it's an NBD. But
I think as long as
everyone
it's
wants
like
to,
your
you know.
motivation is not like to claim them. Your motivation is to do them, and you fucking do them. So
Yeah,
everybody else can
dude.
just,
Right.
you know.
Exactly, man. And like I would wager you definitely have to have a few, man. Like like these chain grinds. I know people have done them, but how many have done like you were just doing transfers from forward to like alley oop on a freaking chain? How many people are
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
doing that?
so yeah, I've never seen a diagonal transfer the way I've done it. I've never seen
Yeah.
a triple transfer. I've never
Yeah.
seen there's not really been anyone doing switch to natural, which is something I've done a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
There
That was
there's not. I mean,
crazy.
I've the list is pretty long, but you know,
Yeah,
it
it's
well,
a
I mean,
chain of chain tricks.
yeah. I just a lot of it also comes from, you know, Hawk. Like me and Hawk have like long discussions about tricks,
Mhm.
and a lot of the times like he, you know, he can act like a producer in a sense at the spot and kind of like be like, well, what about this? And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. I can't do that. Or sometimes I'll say something, I'll suggest something, and he'll be like, there's no way you can do that. And then I do it, and then like it's one of those things where like I'm not sure what's even possible for me anymore because I I just don't give up. I'm really stubborn. I just will I'll try it until, even if I don't know if it's possible, I'll try it until I can't anymore. Just to prove to myself that it's not possible.
I love
Oh,
that.
like what's the name of the project that you have that Hawk put all the? Oh, this is it. This is it. Like you put
Uh,
all the tries, dude, and I'm like, this dude is insane. And I'm showing it. I'm showing this to my wife, and she's like, I don't get what you're saying is insane. Look at the numbers of tries. She's like, oh, okay.
yeah, some of them, like I had some people be like, "Did it really take that many tries?" I'm like, "Yeah, we counted every single like, and like some of them, if you look, the highest one's like 300,
Yeah, I
and
saw.
if you look, you can actually see that by the time I land it, from the time I start, the
It's
street lights
dark.
are on, and it's getting dark. Like you can almost like it's from the time I start, it's, you know, daylight out, and then it's like, yeah, so
Oof, dude,
That's
that like
crazy.
yeah, no, don't get me wrong. A lot of people like to show up and be like, "This has been done that way. It's been done that way." I have never seen or heard anyone make the argument this has been done before.
I mean, I think this deserves an ode. I think maybe a full screenshot of this real quick so everybody can enjoy it. Cause I love watching this trick over and over, dude.
This
Like,
is insane. It really is.
yeah, I love that you thought about it and then that you did it. Honestly,
It's
like,
just it. Oh my god, that's so crazy. And you set up the chains yourself. I just this.
yeah.
I love
yeah,
everything about this.
It was a
yes,
culmination of a lot of experience and a lot of trial and error, but a lot of different things led to that. You know, it wasn't like I just was like, I got this shit. It was like you know, I grinded the chain to the rail in my section clout tokens. I did top acid, front rail, the whole rail, and that was like when I was like, okay, you know, like I can do that. And then the idea was, Hawk always was like, we should do like, it would be sick to do like short, really long. And I was like, you know, I wanted to make, well, no, the reason that this one was so cool is because the spot's actually skate stop now. There's, well, for like skate stopped, it has two bike locks
Yeah, I
on it.
see that.
oh, yeah, I
Um,
see.
and and that was the first time that's ever happened in like 30 years of skating that rail. Like nobody's ever, and it was because, and our theory is that like a lot of skateboarders came at one point and tried to skate that because there was like we heard about this and that. Somebody like tried to skate that on a skateboard and they were going through the street, and I don't know if that like fucked traffic up. Somebody got mad. Seems
Probably.
like it, because then all of a sudden because we had no problem with it for years and years, you know, and then all of a sudden they
Yeah,
skate
something
stopped it,
must
but
have
it didn't
happened.
matter for what I was doing, obviously. But like, it was one of those things where it's like, man, now it's like, what a poetic way to use the spot almost with like
Very.
to like, yeah, like, is it skate stopped? Like, is it like,
Oh
I
There
don't
you
know.
man.
go.
Yeah,
I love
the
that
only skate
mentality.
stop is your mentality.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Man,
That's pretty cool.
absolutely crazy. You know, honestly, I feel just a natural segue now. Just because you said poetry or poetic, man. Let's talk a little bit about your rap, dude. You've got some pretty good bars, man. I've really enjoyed listening to your music. As soon as I found out that you made music, I dove into it, and I've listened to all your stuff. And I said at the beginning here, I think My Body's a Burning Building is probably one of my favorites. I also love that on Spotify, it's a clip of you doing, I think is it a front salve on a handrail, which I love. So it's just classically on
I
Spotify.
just
Now I get some aggressive content too.
Yeah. The last song on one of my albums from 2022 is like my ender at the time for my newest section. Is really funny. I just they let you do that on like, and I just went through and just did random clips from whatever was going on at the time. But thanks. I don't. So like, I do make a lot of different music. I do have a band too, or I had a band. It's a little bit hiatus, maybe broke up forever, maybe not. But I don't know if you've heard the band, but the band's really impressive too. It's a 6-piece, like multiple vocalists, and like, I mean, it's like really like lots of different. It's really cool.
I
Like
don't
some of
know
the songs
if I
are
have.
different time signatures and stuff. But yeah, like over the years, I've made lots of different kinds of genres and stuff. It just happens to be that the primary one is hip hop. So, but I almost feel really weird when people are like, "He's a rapper." Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just make music. I don't want to like. I feel weird. I don't like go around telling people that I'm a
I feel you
rapper.
on that.
It,
I
Yeah.
I
get
don't
you. I
know.
get
Just
you.
because it's well, it's people have a. It's just like rollerblading. There's a preconception for everything, and people
Yeah.
think a certain thing about, and they just think you're fucking stupid if you tell them that you're like, I'm a fucking
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. But I just and that's not necessarily maybe my main focus anymore at this point. But I do still play an instrument every day, and I do write music. I just released something maybe a few months ago, a little 3-song thing where it's piano, and I wrote all
Yeah.
the piano and did the vocals and everything for it. Which is the first time I've like, like I started playing piano 2 years ago, and I've been playing like every day. That's kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, so I do a lot. I do a lot of stuff. But yeah, thank you for listening to it and checking it out. I don't really like push it. I don't really tell people to check it out. I kind of used to be more adamant. My band at one point was like ramping up to go on like a pretty decent sized tour, and like then I had a big album release coming out for a certain album, and that was then COVID happened, kind of shut everything down.
Yeah.
To the point where it kind of like fucked up all of our stuff, music. Like, I don't know, we lost all the momentum, and then it just kind of everything just changed to a different. There's no, I don't know, music's a lot different now than live music than it used to be.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely.
So, and that's kind of one of the reasons that, I wasn't really feeling fulfilled, I guess, anymore in that sense. Like, I wasn't performing at all, obviously, during all of that. And so that was when I kind of looked back to and got into skating, and just, because I still was friends with people who skated, and I knew that, I don't know, I didn't realize, like, I also saw like a big boom of a ton of people come back, and I was like, oh shit, there's a scene now. Like,
Yep.
yeah, man, like, I bought some skates, and
Yeah, dude.
yeah, but
Wow,
Awesome,
that's
man.
crazy, right?
I'm gonna
Like,
quick let this play. I gotta run to the bathroom for a second, but yeah, do your thing, Meta.
all right, all right. So when it comes to your music and skating, would you feel one influences the other one? Like, not what you listen to from other people, for what you play.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of ideas and things that get used. Like, I have a section called Hourglass, and I have a song called Hourglass. They both came out around the same time. I have a song called It Ain't Over Till It's Over, and we made a video called It Ain't Over Till It's Over.
Mm.
So like, there's a lot of referencing, and there's a lot of but yeah, like I mean, it's just it's all related. Because I feel like it's all art. That's kind of why I use the name Happy Tooth as for my skating and for my music and for everything I do, because it's just like, it all kind of feels like it comes from the same place. like a just want to make something, I guess, or but I don't know how exactly they'd relate, you know. I feel like it's like when your brain gets in that kind of skating meditative kind of flow state thing that you get into when you're really like in the zone. I feel like a lot of ideas can come from that, and like sometimes,
Mm.
you know, I've thought of concepts, lines, stuff like that while I was skating.
Mm.
But it's just, you know, one informs the other forever because it's me, you know, and I'm the one doing it. But there's not like, you know, I should have had a funny answer and been like, I roll around listening to only my music 24/7. That's how, like fucking yeah. But
but
no,
but you listen to your music when you skate?
no, God no. I once you've made an album, you spend a lot of time mixing and mastering it, and so like you get really close to it, and then once you put it out, like yeah, maybe like you listen to it once or twice after that, but then you kind of let it sit for a long time and then revisit it and go, oh, this isn't shit, you know. And but I
Mm-hmm.
can't imagine like listening to my music recreationally. That's kind of weird. I think I don't know.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it will be the same way. But like, so then why Happy Tooth? Like,
So Happy Tooth is a reference to a song that's actually called Happy Tooth that I used in the intro of my newest section, Ego Credits. I used this. It's like a B-side sample kind of song. I thought it was made by the group Atmosphere for the longest time, but it's actually made. It's produced by a Cincinnati producer that goes by Mr. Dibbs.
okay.
And I actually know him. He's really cool. I've like seen him around for a long time. We've had talked about this and that. So it's cool that he like knows who I am and has seen all my clips because I now like I confirmed with him. I'm like, you produced that, right? He's like, yeah, that was me.
Oh, that's dope.
But it's a Atmosphere had an album called God Loves Ugly, and then they put out this weird B-side thing. I think it was like a tour thing they gave out called Satan Hates Beauty, and it was a song from that. And when I was a kid, we used to listen to a lot of underground rap, and I was friends with older like skateboarders. It was in a skateboarding like crew that was around, and I used to have really messed up teeth before I had braces. I had what they called open bite, where like I still kind of have, where you close your teeth and then it's still open, like
Yeah.
there's still a space, like I can stick my tongue through. So I still kind of have, but but it was really bad. It was like all, you know, mangled and so I also like I was skating and I busted out my two front teeth.
Oh
And
wow.
it was on a Friday. I like bit the ground and then I just had perfect fangs that like just it chipped out the center, and you know I had to wait till Monday to get into the dentist, and I was hanging out with everyone still skating because I was like, well fuck, I don't know, you know, we're here. And I might have been 16, 17, I don't remember. But like the next couple days I came around and was hanging out with everybody with my teeth all fucked up and like whatever, and like we had just heard this. So everyone was like listening to these albums or whatever, and they were like, we're gonna just, you're Happy Tooth now, bro, you're fucking Happy Tooth, that's your name. And they used to kind of almost, it was almost like a like making fun of me kind of nickname, but then it just became the nickname. It was just like everyone just referred to me as that. And then uh I don't know, when I started making music, I just was like, well, I'll just like, it's a really weird name. I know like a lot of people are probably like, what the fuck, this guy's really weird, why would you call yourself that? But the reason that I call myself that in skating too is because you know, there's a lot of really similar names out there. I don't know if anyone else realizes it. I've had these discussions with people, and I feel like I've at one point I wrote down all these examples because I was like, it's actually kind of fucking crazy. But like my real name is kind of similar to other people's names, and it just feels weird to put out. Like I don't know. It feels more fun to put out it under like a pseudonym, and
Yeah.
like I don't look like I used to. I've only ever made one street section back in the day, and I looked much different than I do now. So I thought it'd be fun to like come back and just like I don't know why, but I just decided that was like the move.
It's a good one.
But there's a lot of similar names uh like Brian Aragon, Brian Shima, Brian Freeman, Brian Bell, Brian just there's a lot of Brians, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like there's a lot of I mean, I don't know, Colin
Colin
Kelso,
Kelso,
Colin
Colin
Martin.
Martin.
My name's Colin Ward, that's my name. So and you know, there's like a lot of it's just I feel like a lot of really good skaters kind of get lost in the sauce because their names are fucking generic. And it's weird to say that, but like in my own experience, like I'm friends with Brian Weiss, but fuck, I'll be damned if before I didn't get him mixed up with Ben Weiss, dude. I don't know. There's fucking people, dude. There's so many names that are so similar. Like,
Yeah.
there's a really great, what's that dude's name? Isn't there, there's a rollerblader's really good name, like Brandon Smith? Is that what I'm thinking of? Or no, who am I?
That's
Or it's
Brandon
some,
Smith.
is it Brandon Smith? There's really generic names where it's like, is that their name or am I just,
Right. Am I
and no,
wrong?
I
Chris
think
Smith.
I think everyone should pick like a superhero fake name, rap name, moniker, whatever, and use
Yeah.
it for their skating because it's more fun that way and it makes people remember. I think a little better, like, oh, this fucking, because like I wish I have so many. I have like so many. There's a lot of like, all right, like Alex Sams, Alex. Who else is there's Alex Broskow. There's a lot of Alexes.
Yeah.
Sam
Alex
Crofts,
Sands.
Sim Croft or
Yeah.
whatever that guy's name. Sam Crofts.
Oh yeah, those two that really confuses me a lot.
Yeah,
Dude,
me too.
there's
Especially
way
because
more than that.
themselves they say it with an accent, both of them.
You're
So
right.
all I'm like, all right, dude.
It's a really deep rabbit hole, dude. I've like
Yeah.
the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's a good decision. Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, we've joked about when Sean Keane got his rollerblade boot. People were like, "Wait, Sean Kelso got a rollerblade boot because it just said SK on it."
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But no, yeah, I totally agree, man, and it definitely works because you know you say to somebody, "Have you seen Happy Tooth skating?" Everybody, yo, yeah, Happy Tooth, yeah, I know of Happy Tooth. Everybody knows. So absolutely phenomenal picking of the name because it's very distinct. But it's also very fitting, man. You're a smiley dude, and I love that as well. You bring a lot of good vibes to the session. We haven't really had a serious skate session, but I was skated with you lightly at the pit for the Savor the Flavor release video. That was fun. Yeah, man, I love seeing all these heel rolls and like swivel toe rolls and stuff. It's just I've tried them and it's so hard. It's
It's
cool.
pretty hard.
So hard.
I love
Yeah.
how you're touching base on the identity of blading, you know, like how a name is an identity too, you know, like how the way we skate, what we decide to do, how we approach things is a language, right? Like music too, like, but it's also our identity, right? Like the things that we're putting together, and also specifically if we're doing it as a project, it's it's all part of our identity, right? That you're creating. So it's I love like what you said about like the name and having an identity within the community that it's not matching somebody else. But I gotta say, there's a guy here called Happy Feet in New York.
That's
In
funny.
New York, is
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people who have different. There's a rapper from Columbus that goes by Tooth. I mean, there's like there's a lot of people who have there's a band called like Sweet Teeth. There's a band around here like with the, or like something like there's so many like it doesn't matter. It's whatever. People can call themselves whatever they want, but so there's somebody named what is it? What is it? Happy Feet, and they
Happy Feet,
aggressive
but he
skate
doesn't.
under
He
that name.
doesn't. Yeah, he's. I mean, everybody in New York knows him by that. But he doesn't really post a lot, and he doesn't really try to put himself out there. But if you go to a session with him, you probably like skate with him for a little bit, and then like let him do his thing because he puts his headsets on and he just goes trick after trick after trick after trick after trick.
I've never even heard of this person, but that is hilarious. How long have they gone by that name? Is it like a really long time? Is it?
I mean, I've been in New York 7 years and I knew of them since Puerto Rico, so more than 12 years for sure.
Huh, yeah, because I was gonna say it doesn't really matter, but like I don't know. It's we should have a we should have a game of skate. Winner gets to keep the name. So that's
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I don't even want
yeah.
to call that guy out either, dude. Because you both are insane, dude.
Be
Is
fun
he
to
really good
watch.
at skating? I really don't I have to look him up. That's awesome.
He's nuts, dude. He's the first person I ever saw like doing something like full cap Savannah to full cap Savannah to full cap Savannah.
Oof.
Somebody's done that.
He
Is that
has.
real? He's done because one of the tricks I've always wanted to do is cab sav, and I was excited. I did sav cab sav. I've never seen anyone do that, and that's
It's
crazy
nuts.
if somebody's just out there. That's what I mean. You never know. That's why half the time I never say NBD anymore. I'm just like personal NBD because I don't know. I
Hey
hear
man,
shit where I'm like, some fucking guy in random, fucking somewhere is doing something crazy. I'll
yeah,
never see
and
it.
don't get me wrong, those are legendary MBDs. That's cool and all, but nowadays we need proof, man. So like, for me an MBD, I gotta see the video. It's like it's cool to be like, yeah, that guy did that. That's awesome, but I can't prove that happened. That's a cool story.
Is that a video I can look up? Is that like
Probably not.
He doesn't really post a lot, dude. But like maybe I can find it and I'll
If
send it
this
to
man
you.
did calf salve, like then I
We need
mean
to
that
film
you
that.
didn't film that, you're fucking up, bro. I don't
But he
know.
doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I'm telling you, he doesn't skate like that, dude. He put his headset on and he just lays after. He gets into the mood of trying something, and then he evolves that. He evolves that. He evolves that, and then he tries something
I'll
new.
That's
I'll I'll
crazy.
go fall. I'll go film him.
Woo.
I'll
Yeah,
go and
right.
like I'll be like, go ahead and skate. I'll film you because none of your friends think calf salve cool enough to film. Apparently, I would just be like, I guess I can't skate because I got to film this guy. He's fucking making me
Yeah.
trippy
Agreed.
right. But
Jeez.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
come to New
that's
York,
awesome,
crash
dude.
with me. I'll take you to a session where I think he's gonna be. That's another thing. We didn't communicate, you know.
And then we can have our game of skate to decide who lives or dies. That's
Oh
the
yeah.
I
or wait, who
love
I'll,
gets the name? You know what I mean.
I'll bring the popcorn.
Dude, I love stories of legendary bladers. I met one in Chicago. I think he just goes by Sensei, but just an absolutely
Let me try.
amazing skater, and he never posts. Like, he's very rarely active on social media. He's just at the skate park every day. And those type of dudes, like, they're so cool to watch skate, and you can just tell that they've got their own thing going on. And
Yeah, they're in their zone.
right,
They don't care about anybody. They're just doing their thing.
yeah, that's always the best. Dang,
Oh, his
dude.
name is Hector. Hector Happy Feet.
Hector Happy Feet.
It's a good name, strong name.
Yeah. Dude, this is so crazy. I can't even begin to think of not only grinding a chain, but jumping out of a topside grind on a chain.
That
Up.
took like 250 tries, probably.
Oof.
That's why I'm freaking the fuck out, because like I literally am I'm so gassed I can barely stand up at this point. I'm like, it was cold. I mean, yeah, I had to first like grind the chain, and then I had it too low, and I grinded the chain, and like finally got up the nerve to jump over the rail, and then was like, woo! I was like, all right, I think I can do it. And I was just doing topsoul, and then I had to do top acid and jump over it, and I realized like I couldn't get the right lift with my legs like that. So then I had to wind up chain, make it a little higher to get it closer to the rail.
Dang.
And it was just, dude, it was a whole fucking thing. It was yeah, it was a big process. That was a crazy day.
Yeah, that's just absolutely wild, man.
I love it.
Ugh.
It's lace. Like the whole thing also is like when you do it proper. There's no like
You have
question
to.
about it, you know.
If you
Right.
didn't do it proper, you would. That's why like a lot of people were like, that chain to chain was perfect. I'm like, if it wasn't,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have did it. Like you have to have the right position on the chain, or nothing's gonna work. Like it's just.
Exactly.
Oh, that is insane, man. That just
Yeah.
That's why even right here, like I almost start to like lean over and lose it, and I pull it back.
yeah.
But like that's why when I landed, I was like, I thought my arms were just fucking waving like this on it. I landed, and I was like, I don't care what it looked like, dude. That's it. I don't give a fuck. It's like that's what I'm saying when I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But then I watched it back, and I was like, oh, my arms they were fine.
That's
It
not
was
bad.
good.
It was
Nah, man,
fine,
that was
yeah.
great. Yeah, that was great.
In the moment, though, I was on the rail like, oh my god.
I also respect that you went from having the left backslide in front to the right backslide on the Royal, you know? Like,
Oh yeah.
it's an actual switch up, not a combo.
It was weird because it was like top acid to front royale instead of back royale. It was like a
Yeah, it's different. I like it though. That's like really cool. I respect that trick a lot, honestly. Like, and that started everything, right?
What?
That started all the chain reactions within that rail.
Yeah, with that rail, yeah. But the very first time I skated chain was like way before that. It was. I was pretty comfortable at that point, but yeah, like trying to think because I had done the chain to chain downstairs at that point, so that's what made me be like, what about the chain to the rail on that one? Because we went there and I tried to do just one long chain down the whole thing, it just wouldn't work. And you
So
would
you
be going
just
so
carry your
fast.
chains around. You just go around places with your chains in the.
Yeah, I got a chain basket in the trunk. I got probably 6 chains at this point. Like
Wow.
I don't know, I don't even know how many. Yeah, because
You should
Yeah,
make a
probably.
section of just chain grinds with a song from Two Shane. Like if you chain
Yeah.
hang low.
We made like at one point when we finally had the first amount of chain, like we had a whole sections where the chain clips from everyone in the crew. We made an edit like that, and we were really hyped on it. But I
That's
want to
dope.
eventually. I think it would be fun to do like a little edit of just chain clips or just toe rolls, or because I have enough of those to do that now. So
Mm.
Okay, well,
it'd be
yeah,
fun just to do like a remix kind of edit.
that'd be
So
cool.
who do you skate with these days? Then you mentioned in the crew.
Our crew is very small. We do have, so basically it's Hawk and me a lot of the times because it's hard to be like, hey guys, like anyone else, like, do you want to go out and go to a manual pad, with two poles next to it or something, and I'm gonna put like a chain. It's like nobody wants to skate that with me. Like, but yeah, like Gus is somebody who's been back skating a lot more, and but yeah, people are kind of weird in Columbus. Like Stefan's hurt right now.
You skate with Matt?
Matt's hurt right now. He's like rehabilitating his knee, and so
Oh
he's
yeah.
out of the game for a minute. But we got a lot of local guys who we don't like I said, they like go to the parks on the weekdays. We got like one dude who don't even skate weekends. He literally just skates during the week, and it's like it's hard to link up with those dudes all the time because I'm saving all my energy for the weekends because there's only certain spots you can hit on Saturdays and Sundays, and I'm going to the brink of physical and like emotional exhaustion, every time I'm like trying some of these tricks. And so like I don't want to waste all that on like a fucking Wednesday just trying to top soul edge at a skate park or like,
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of street we can skate during the week. So, combination of a lot of things ends up, and with us skating alone, a lot of the times just me and Hawk or, sometimes we'll have one or two other people. When I first got back into it, it was a lot bigger of a scene, a lot like more varied, but people drop off, they get hurt, I feel like right now we're kind of back in the dark ages in Columbus, rollerblading a little bit, but there's still like 10, 15 people around, I mean, there's some guys who come out like once a year for a session, so you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel
But
Yeah,
you.
I hear you. You guys are making it work though.
yeah, I mean, that's why it's sometimes I'll go to a spot and just have nothing in mind and just want to skate the spot or whatever, and like, but a lot of times I'll have like an idea and I find a spot for the idea and then we go and try that. Like that's what I'm doing today actually. Right after this, I got some pretty good ideas and I got a place and we're gonna try some stuff out. I write a lot of stuff down. I'm very like analytical when it comes to skating and how I don't know. I just
Tell us a little bit of how it is going today, like so we can have an idea of like how you break it down and how you write it down and so on. Like
well, I'm like halfway through a section right now, maybe a little less than halfway, because I might throw some stuff out. But and I have a whole big old list of a bunch of ideas that I've just been pulling from forever. I'm always adding to it, and then now that I'm well into this section, I kind of picked out 14 different ideas, or just the number that happened to be, of just things I want to focus on to try to end the section on, if possible. But it's kind of like there's so many variables that like you have no idea what's going to work out. Like I had this thing in my head for so long. I was like, dude, I know this spot. I'm going to fucking grind this super long chain and I'm going to jump into this really steep bank and cess the whole fucking thing down there. And it was a spot we skated before, hadn't been there in a while. Went back to it and I'm like, oh, it's not gonna work because like the incline was actually like it was like straight and then down, and so like nothing, and it was just way too gritty, and like it was even with the angled soles I have now, it was just it wasn't gonna work, nothing about it. So like I had that on my list for fucking ever. Finally went and checked it out and just was like, fucking, that's not gonna happen. So you never really know what's gonna work out, but like I just have concepts and ideas and things I want to try that like I don't know if they're possible or like if I can actually pull it off, but like because I've done XYZ, I think I have a shot. And so that's kind of how I skate nowadays. Just like today I only have 2 chain clips in this whole section so far. for various reasons. And I'm still kind of recovering from vertigo, so like my choices are a little more limited. I can't like do threes, fives very well right now. So uh,
What do you mean from vertigo?
I had vertigo a month ago, and it's the residual effects from it make you feel like really off balance, and you can't like your eyesight's messed up, and you can't. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I have something going on in my brain, and I don't know what it is. I'm just it's great. It's good stuff. I go to a neurologist on December 3rd to find out if they can do some brain scans to see my inner ear and what's going on with it, because I don't know. It happened last year, same time of the year, but I recovered, and I'm recovering right now.
Oh man, I'm
But yeah,
sorry
but
to hear that.
it makes it hard to like. I can't like I've done some really cool tricks like even with being a little fucking wonky, but yeah, it sucks because I feel really limited. And like recently, I went and skated the KY battle, and I felt like I couldn't like skate to my full ability because I can't.
Mm.
You know, I did do some tricks there, but I was just like, you have to pick and choose kind of your battles right now. Because if I land certain ways, it feels like I have like a weight in the back of my head almost, and I kind of get that like if I look up, I can kind of get a little spinny, but it doesn't send me into like the full vertigo episode. So yeah, it's been awesome. I forget what I was like answering a question and then
It's all
uh
right. Like
no,
I
it was
just
it
keep
was about the
staring at.
process of like the what I'm doing today was what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you took us there pretty well.
I have no idea. I'm rambling.
Nah, you're
So-
good.
Well, you know, you both wearing F4W shirts, so how's the relationship with them? What's up with them? Shout out to F4W.
It's been good. It's been Sean's the man, and he just he was always I always saw him saying positive things about my skating and was just like uh and I've kind of heard of F4W and seen different people wearing clothes, and like I didn't really know exactly what they were about, but I knew like Gabe skated for him and Cedric and Shreddy, all these like awesome people. So I was like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I was like, they're tight, whatever. And then he reached out to me and was just like, hey, do you have he's like, are you sponsored by anyone? And I was like, no. He's like, do you want to be? I'm like, yeah, I could, So he asked if I wanted to be a part of what they're doing, and I'm hyped. It's still definitely a new relationship. But he's super cool. It's what they're doing is cool, and I'm just like, I've never had anyone be like skate for us, and so like just having somebody care enough to be like, you're tight, we want you to be a part of this. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's cool,
Yeah,
man.
never had that. So
That's pretty dope. I'm happy to see that from my own end. I'm happy to see people like Sean supporting people like you. And for people to just you know I think you deserve a lot of credit for all what you do. And I feel like there's people that see it, and there's other people that don't see it because like they get lost in the mix. But man, you definitely stand out for me. So I'm just surprised that you don't have that many sponsors, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's unfortunately a lot of it is like who you know, who you're friends with, and
True, true.
I mean, I don't know if I feel like whoever want honestly, the one thing I really want is a fucking wheel sponsor. I feel like that would be the coolest shit ever.
Well, you need it more than you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been cool, and he's they he paid for me to enter some competitions, so that was cool, stuff like that. Like I've never had anyone sent me a bunch of cool stuff to
Yeah,
rock.
dude.
My car has many stickers on it now, so it already did, but it has more.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice, dude. It's really cool.
Good, man.
Nice.
Congrats. Hopefully that's just the beginning of what should be many new opportunities for you. But if anything, man, just your skating speaks for itself. But I was gonna say I would love to see a wheel with a bunch of teeth on it. I'd love that design.
I'll put those
It's funny.
chains, man. Just
Well,
Ooh,
chains.
chain. Yeah, teeth and
Alex
chains.
Alex Sam's actually had his pro wheel. I'm skating it right now. They're actually destroyed. I've rotated them like 3 times, but they have chains on them already. So I'm like,
Okay.
I
Oh,
can't.
You got to
I
do.
like the
See,
teeth. The teeth is good though.
you can do teeth, and the chains can be the braces.
There you go, dude. There you
oh,
go.
There's
wow,
something.
brilliant.
Bring it all together.
I can't imagine that ever happening or anyone ever taking the time or spending the money to do that, but that would be
Hey man,
crazy. That would be a crazy investment for somebody to make. They have a bunch of wheels that no one would buy.
Hey,
please. But on top of that, though, I mean, if anything, if they wanted somebody to really be pushing on social media in general, their brand and what they're about, you'd be a great pickup because that's all you're doing is all the time is posting because you just have a passion for blading. So, I mean, from a business standpoint, if someone's looking for somebody to do that, you'd be a good option. So, just putting that out there.
Well,
I
you know,
agree.
if it happens, that's cool. But if not, it's my motivation is completely internal at this point. I don't really.
Appreciate that.
I would love to just not have to deal with the monetary aspect of skating because things do cost money and I have none. So it would be really cool to just get a little bit of a ease up on, because I skate a lot, so I go through a lot of shit, So
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. That's what I'm saying. Help you out so we can continue to see these fucking amazing sections. That's all I'm
Hmm.
saying.
Hmm.
It can only be sustainable one way. It's when it's easy for you to do it and you have enough and you don't have to worry about much shit. Then we will even see more of you.
yeah,
So.
well, I honestly don't know if I don't know if that is true or not because I feel like I've done more this year, which was a horrible year, and last year, which wasn't a great year either. A lot of terrible things have been happening off and on, and I've
Yeah.
had a lot of trials and tribulations throughout, and I've still managed to somehow film all of this shit. Like Hawk almost died. I had a bunch of health stuff going on. Like we still made 5 sections together this year of some of the
That's
craziest shit
ridiculous.
that I've ever done. So and I'm saying 5 because I'm hoping to get the 5th one out before the end of the year. Just like not for any reason other than that would be like I break my own record of how many I do in one year.
Love
Crazy.
it.
And
That's so sick.
yeah, and it's just they're all the tricks are so crazy too. The amount of time you put into them. Yeah, there's serious sections too. It's not just filming with buddies and you happen to get some good tricks. You put time, effort, blood, and sweat into this, man. It's crazy.
I
If you
do,
had
but
to,
it's
sorry.
fun. It's it's an escape, bro. I'm escaping from the terrible, reality of life. I'm just trying. Like it's the best I feel, when I'm doing it. So that's why I do it so much because I feel good doing it.
Hey,
Uh,
so if next year is worse, then maybe you do 6 sections.
right. I'll do 8.
I think
Um,
it's working well for us, guys.
yeah, it's honestly it comes down to just kind of fate and luck and I don't know how all this stuff has happened. I really don't. I'm just like just skating. I never in a million years would have imagined I could have did anything I've done so far. There was a point in my life where I was like, I'm never gonna skate again. I was like,
Hmm.
I definitely am done skating. That's crazy. I used to do that, but like, not for me now. And then
Hmm.
all the way around to this somehow. It's wild.
I'm
Yeah, man.
gonna ask you a very hard question.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one trick from all your sections, only one, what trick would that be and why?
I really don't. I really don't know. It's a really hard one because there's a lot of stuff I love that I'd be like I can't believe went down or whatever. But the one that I feel like I think it's 100% a certified NBD. I've never seen it, and especially on street. And we watched it earlier actually. The toe roll, thread the needle. That might be one of
Oh
my
my
favorite things
god.
I've ever done. It's from my section, Clout Tokens. It's
Yeah, I was rewinding it a bunch back here. It's just crazy.
I'm still
Yeah.
looking for the right pad to do that on, zero spin or some kind of, but it has to be the right place. And like, I've tried it and got really close, but I couldn't do it. And so it's on the list for sure. But I need something. I need like the perfect pad, and I want it to be on street. I don't want it to be at a park. So
Oh my god, dude, that's
you know,
crazy.
but yeah, the toe roll thread the needle. It's just so well done, and like, there's just something I don't know. That was when I was like, holy, like I don't know. That was maybe the one where I was like, all right. I don't know. I'd done some NBDs at that point. Maybe whoever wants to decide that the council can decide later. But that one, I'm pretty sure no one has done. And just how perfect it is. Yeah, like I just have this perfect like. That shit was so hard.
Oh
Don't
man,
Dude.
good
And then I and then I
lord.
and then I look. I did it around the pallets. Didn't hit my arm on it, and still 180 to fakie. Like
Yeah,
you could slam so easily into those pallets. Like I did.
it's so good.
So good, dude. I love when you're threading how perfect you look how you twist your foot so it goes right through.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you basically like ride over your cuff, man. You almost got your wheels rolling on that thing. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I have a friend here in New York. His name is he goes by Roscoe. That he used to like to jump over things and then land toe roll. And I always thought that was crazy, dude.
It
You
is.
know?
Yeah. Honestly, dude, I'll tell you guys something. This is here. We can have this will be on the record, so everyone knows this, because this is legit. This is real, and this is something that's affecting me right now. So, toe rolls fucked my feet up. I'll tell you that. That's
Oh,
that's legit. So,
yeah.
have you guys know what a bunion is? Do you know
Yeah.
what
Kind
that
of,
is?
yeah.
People always say bunion, right? And they say it in some weird context in pop culture as though it's some kind of weird sore or pussy fungus thing on your foot. That's not what it is. What a bunion is when the muscle that goes across your foot gets weaker, and then I'm pretty sure this is maybe I'm wrong. And then the one that is where your big toe is, the lot one gets like it gets attached to that muscle, or it starts to like because I'm doing toe rolls. When you do toe rolls, your foot is in the front of the skate, and when you do toe roll, it goes, all the way in the front. So it's pushing your big toe, pushing your big toe. I've never had issues with my foot my whole life. Never had. And like them medium skates, they fit so well for a whole year. And then all of a sudden I start getting a pressure point. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was in the middle of doing a toe roll trick. I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't one of those. It was like way after that. But it's not bad because I've started to like use like toe spacers to try to like correct it, and like I put a little pad thing over it when I skate now. But it's so fucking painful,
Huh.
and it's like literally my big toe is going like this, and the bone is sticking out the side of my foot, and that's what a bunion is.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
oh
fucking
man.
awesome. So yeah, toe rolls, bro. Let's just do it. Like I love toe rolls. I'm like a huge toe roll person. I fucking love them. But I did so many toe rolls that I really fucked my feet up for like
Huh.
not for good, but for a while. So
Interesting.
I'm trying to reverse the
Crazy.
damage. But
Not
Have you
something I
think about
considered.
climbing?
up a building and jumping off.
No, like actual going to a gym and climbing and wearing the climbing shoes. They
Uh,
really they really because in climbing you do the same thing. You have to stand on your toes as you are going through the walls, right? Because you only have this one point of contact. So when it happens, the same thing, dude. You end up putting so much that your feet start to hurt, but because of the shoes, they kind of mold the way your feet move, so the muscle develops nice, and it kind of like helps you like kind of therapeutically like align the toes.
Hmm.
I
At least
gotta.
that worked for me, dude. Because like I had the same issue with my right foot on the bun. Like, oh man, it was so bad. M12s.
So you've had it before, okay? And it went
Oh yeah,
away.
yeah.
Nice, yeah. What I've been doing, just like doing the spacer thing on, and I'll sleep with it overnight with it in between. It's definitely made it. It's almost not there. If I showed you, you'd be like, eh. But when I first fucking noticed it, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? I don't know, I didn't know what the fuck was wrong with my foot, like, because I thought it was the skate. I was like, what
Huh.
the fuck? I've been so comfortable. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, do I have to Dremel out the inside of this thing? Like, what is going on?
Hmm.
But that's really cool. I actually have some friends who are into climbing, and I've never, but if it would help my feet, you have to have special shoes for it. You said, is that what it is?
They give you if you go to a gym, they'll give you the rentals.
Okay,
Yeah,
tight.
and you don't really need to go crazy and do the hardest route. You're a blader, it's gonna happen. But um, just doing easy stuff and just working your feet through that. That's
I've
really what
just,
helped me.
Hmm.
I have never in my whole time skating, my whole life, heard anyone fucking talk about skating giving them foot issues or anything like that.
Hmm.
Never. I don't know if it's just something people don't talk about, but I'm like, am I the only fucking person
No,
in the
dude.
history of the world to because I've like literally been like asking people, do you know about? They're like, no, fuck you,
Mm.
you're weird. Something's wrong with you.
Yeah, the M12s, dude. M12s gave me that bunion on my right foot, and my both of my pinky toes turned in
Oof.
Oh, dude,
because of
I
the
had
M12s.
yeah, like I just never have heard anyone talk about it, and I've just wanted to share because I'm like, this is fucking crazy,
It's a good
and
point, man. No, but you're absolutely right. I know Kudo was pretty open about when he switched over to the Cougar skates. His size was a little too small, and he lost a toenail or something. His feet were all beat up. So you're not the only one, but you're not wrong in that. I feel like it's definitely not talked about a lot. Mainly because I would think because it's taboo to a degree, especially when so many people are in fact chasing sponsors like viciously to some degree. Some people just like they can't say anything negatively because they think it will affect the relationship with prospective companies. So yeah, no, I think you're right. I feel like I don't see a lot of people talk about that, but because a lot of people just say skates don't always fit well, but we definitely don't talk about the things that can go. The things that can hurt or go wrong over time the more you do them, and I could see toe rails being something you gotta, you should probably consider some workouts the more you do them. Oh, Shawn Michelson says Rem's toe. Yeah, that's yeah, the six
I used
toe
to skate
sense.
Rams, dude. Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
Me
skate Rams when
too.
I was a kid.
This is
okay.
Rem's fingers.
Yeah, Meta, you blame the Rems for that broken finger, right?
Yeah, I first section skating a box flat and then down, and I'm doing a backside torque perfectly to forward sold going down, and at the moment I landed, the skates went ploop right under me, and I
Damn.
just
Have
yeah.
you guys ever seen my first section? My very first section?
Which one was that?
Yeah.
It's from 2012. It's under my real name.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm
Calling.
skating Rems. I'm pretty sure I'm skating Rems in it. It's a good section. I was the it was what I did it. I finished that and then stopped skating.
No way, and then that.
I can't believe you guys have never seen that. That actually blows my
No.
mind. It's Colin Ward, and the name of the video is "Succeeding in Failure." It's a whole video.
Okay, I'll look
I've
it up.
never,
My
I didn't even know about this thing.
Yeah, dude, that's funny. I want yeah, that's like the one section. It's and if you go to my like I have a like link tree that has like rollerblading edits like playlist, and if you click on the upper part of the whatever video comes up, it brings up a whole list of all of the edits and shit. So there's edits out there of like me skating when I was 16 or 17 doing like fakie 5 soul and shit at
Oh,
a skate
sick.
park. It's pretty tight. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of crazy videos out there.
Damn, I love
I
that.
and I used to think I wasn't good at skating. I would be like, oh, I'm not very good. I was doing hurricane topsouls and just not on big down rails, so it wasn't
Crazy,
real.
man. I mean, everything is real to a certain degree, right? It's like what is the percentage of people that you go to a skate park, and what is the percentage of people that can do a hurricane on even a P rail? You know,
Right.
it's like it's still real, you know.
Yeah, but back then it was like I was skating with people who were on a whole other level. Like some of the people that I kind of came up with skating, I was a Grom.
No.
I was just a little baby boy.
I hear you.
Is it not working?
I don't know. We'll find out. I'm hoping it's just it didn't load.
Yeah, it did. And I was gonna say it's definitely up there. I know it's. Oh what?
What's happening? Don't
Huh.
do this to me.
So
Well,
who
you
do
can
you?
watch it later eventually. It's really good. There's some tricks in there that like kind of show where I kind of started and kind of like how I got.
Huh.
I do some things in there that I still kind of do to this day.
I'll find
But
it.
Who do you
yeah, like I
watch
said, there's a
when you skate? Like, if do you watch somebody else to get motivated and stuff? Is there somebody that you
there you
watch these days?
yeah, dude, I have a top 11. Maybe I with like yeah, it used to be a top 6, but I added more people.
Okay.
I actually want to watch this real quick.
Yeah,
Oh no,
let's
it's not
watch
this
it,
one.
man.
Never mind.
Not
No,
this
no,
one?
no. Well, no, never mind. Hawk claims that I did a cross grab alley mock on this rail, and I'm like, did I? I don't remember. He was like, I went and watched it, and you did, and I was like, oh okay. Either way, well, I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying because that just threw me off.
Who do you watch?
Oh, yeah,
11, the
yeah.
11, the lucky
Yeah.
11.
Lucky 11.
So like I wrote this down so I remember because I wrote down a while back. So this is the people who I watch probably the most. And I this is in no order at all because I feel like everything is so subjective. There's no way to really order like who's the best or whatever. And I feel like it could be a top 50. You know, I could have so many people that I reference, but these are the people who I find myself revisiting their sections and rewatching their stuff a lot. And so I got Alex Sams, obvious influence, Scott Blackmore. You guys know
Oh my
who that is?
God.
I don't know if he even
Yes.
skates anymore, but I love all his stuff. Cody Lampman.
Yeah.
He was kind of who got me back into skating. Was his section that I saw.
Okay.
Yandriel Silverio,
Yeah.
Nice.
who's kind of more of an acquaintance. I actually skated with him a few times, so it feels weird, but it's true. Jeff Phillip, another one. Danny Mom, and then I got Colin and Sean Kelso on there, but I don't count them as one because I think that's fucked up and they're separate people. And I know they always get lumped together, but I like both their skating for different reasons.
Yeah.
And so they each have their own perspective spot on the list, which is why it's a top 11. And then other than them, there's three left. Josiah Blee, Leon Humphreys is one of my favorites, and then one of my friends, Brian Weiss.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
Great
then I
list.
do. Well, and then I have like 3 runner-ups, you know, that I want to say that like I'm just like I feel like I have to say because they are also people I watch a lot. But Joey Lunger, Jordan Williams,
Nice.
and Luke Naylor. So
Oh, Naylor for
Nice.
sure, dude. Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Which is also
Shout
another
out to
friend
Luke
that I
getting
still
into
feel like-
standard.
yeah, dude.
And they got an announcement on Monday. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah?
Yeah, they
right here, Ali Topsel.
dang, dude.
I was so proud of that.
It's a
Should I
good
call
one.
the lava or not?
Oh, yeah, you can call it all day. What's crazy is at this point, I don't even know if that's like my Switch alley topsoil. I don't even know, or you know what I mean? It's like,
So-
who knows?
So what's your stand on Switch and natural, dude? Like, do you think
Alley Select Rail. There's that triple chain rail right there.
Yeah.
25 there.
Sick.
And then
you
this-
skated
this-
that rail for a long time?
Yeah, it was like 10 degrees outside, and I didn't land this as clean as I wanted to, but it was like literally 10 degrees outside. It's the 16th stair. I 540'd it.
Wow. That's a
I was just
long
like,
set
I
of
lived.
stairs.
Let's get
too.
outta here.
Yeah, let's go.
It
That's
was
a
dark.
long ass stair, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was big.
That's awesome.
Hold on. What was the? I got lost. What was the?
So you because I don't think you have a Switch and a natural. I think you have a left and a right, but
So I do think so. This is a fun conversation, I think, because I think I'm very unique in a lot of ways. Recently, me and Hawk had this conversation where he said, you know, not a lot of people do everything Switch and natural. That's not really something you see in sections or on street or very often, you know,
Very
these
true.
days. And I was like, I guess that's true. I never really thought of myself as an outlier in that sense, but I guess more than not, I guess. But I started to just I've always kind of been good at Switch and natural, and I started to just kind of explore both ways to the point where it's fucked up my skating a little bit and confused whatever. Like I know everyone's like, there's, you know, some people are like, there's no Switch and natural, or there is a Switch and natural, whatever. I just think you know, you gotta almost be careful with what you're doing, because you can, I don't know, it opens up a lot of doors, but it also can really mess up your what. Because all right, so I'll lay it down like this. Okay, so I always royaled righty. I always did righty royales. My whole life, that was the way I did it. And when I was a kid, I didn't realize that everyone spun one way. I thought you're supposed to spin both ways. So if you do alley-oop soul like righty, you would do true soul righty. You wouldn't do it lefty. That's weird if you spun left. I don't know, why would you do that? That's weird. That's switch. I didn't know. So like I was learning how to do like cab true miz switch when I was a kid. Didn't know. That's how I learned it. But I would do like, so I would do royales righty all the time. And then for whatever reason, I was trying to just get really good. I wanted to do switch backslides, which I learned, but when I was doing that, I was getting really dialed on switch royales. And I realized that I'm better at lefty royale than I am righty. But I would only do lefty royale on a ledge or I would, if I was going to skate a big rail, I would do it righty still. I wouldn't do it lefty.
That's
If I was skating a
crazy.
ledge, I would do it lefty. And also, like, if I'm doing cess slides now, I can royale cess slide both ways. Completely ambidextrous. My new section, dude. Wait till you see some of the shit. Holy shit! I'm like so proud of some of the stuff. But I realized that by doing cess slides, I'm more comfortable lefty. I can do it the other way, but like that's what feels natural. So if I do a cess slide on something, but in my new section, I've done it both ways. So it's kind of like, I don't know, but it depends on the obstacle. Like if I'm gonna do a topsoul, I started to do all of my topside tricks lefty. And it's because my ankle can just bend better for some reason. I don't know if it's years of fucking up my right one or what it is, but coming back, I would do it and I'd be like, I think I like now I've been doing all my topside tricks lefty as my natural. And that's like within the last year. And
That's
so
crazy.
and so then I tried Torque's switch just recently and was like, my mind fucking blew because I realized this. I when I skateboarded, I skateboard regular stance. So when you do a nose grind, I learned nose grinds as a kid, and I was a good skateboarder. I wasn't like I got really good and then got into rollerblading. Um, I would do nose grinds like the way you would do it lefty, like, and so I tried that again recently and realized that's my natural torque. So like if you watch some clips on my Instagram, it's technically my switch one, but it's so much better than my natural. I can pull my foot up so much higher. My new section has like multiple torques in it that are lefty. We watched a section earlier where I did Christ,
Righty.
righty Christ front torque on a ledge, and like I just am now figuring out that like, yeah, like if I was gonna skate a chain, I would do righty topsoul, but if I'm gonna skate a ledge, I would do lefty topsoul. If I'm gonna skate a rail, I'd probably do righty. Just 'cause, I don't know. It's something. It's just weird. It depends on the obstacle. It depends on like what I'm trying to accomplish. But anymore, like I can do everything both ways. There's not one trick that I can't do both ways if I try hard enough.
Wow.
That's
Like
cool.
I can figure it out. Like
That's awesome.
even down to toe rolls and heel rolls, like zero switch, whatever. Like I can. That's why my feet are fucked up. But that's what I mean is like the more you start to explore, the more you're like, fuck, I don't know which way I do that.
But
I
that's
don't
my
know.
point. Like if you spend time on it, it becomes more natural.
Well, so now it comes down to the spot. So like I got one coming. I got
True,
one I
true,
want to try
true.
this weekend where I'm going to try a really big righty cess slide from a grind, but it's because the way the spot is, it just lends itself to a right, and that's not like the one I've been doing as much, but I'm still comfortable with it, and it just the spot makes sense to do it. Sometimes like even like with the chains, the chain transfers from switch to natural, that's really helped me up my switch confidence too. Like when I realized I could switch true acid to chain, I was like, oh, I can do anything. Like, I don't know. I guess I can just do it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Hell yeah, dude.
that's
Hell
pinnacle.
yeah. So what's your stand on the trick name wars?
uh, I think that the names of skate tricks are horrible, and I think it's like it's held back rollerblading a lot in a lot of ways. I'm being real because it's like I don't know, like if first of all I know like that's in skateboarding too. A lot of people can't agree on what's a like there's like a 5-0 and there's like a salad grind or a susky grind, and some people say that's not real because it's just there's always arguments in every sport. It's like people are gonna like be like that's not this, but I think everyone can go ahead and like say it's Savannah, right? Like you can't do an alley-oop royale, you know what I mean? You can't, and it's just weird that
A lot of
that's
people
not-
disagree, man. No, I understand where you're coming from. Well, I'm on Team Savannah for sure, but a lot of people would make the argument, that you can doing the 90-degree turn into a groove trick can still be an alley oop if you're turning a certain way, you're turning into it, and if you're doing a 270 outward, that's a true. I don't agree with that at all. I think it creates a lot of blind area, but a lot of people will die by it. I still really want to get everybody in that like
Have you
has
ever-
opposing views in the same room. Shawn Michelson being one of our greatest advocates, but come together with receipts and let's do the
You should get Ray
math.
Mendes in this. You should get Ray Mendes in this.
Yeah.
People that
There's-
have actually been there when the names are created.
Right. Well, of course.
That's the thing, though, is language is not theirs to create and mold and tell people who owns what. People
evolves.
naturally decide what is the name of something, and if you try to push it, people are more likely to reject that anyway. But I think it's really funny. There's like, you guys know who Frank Stoner is? You know that guy?
Yeah.
Rollerblader. He's a rollerblader.
Okay.
He's like an older rollerblader. He's like a linguist, and he's like talked about on different podcasts about like the trick names and like where they come from and like why Savannah makes more sense than Alley-oop Unity and all that. Like, and he's like literally a scholar in language and explains. So like I just after hearing him talk about, I'm like, I never thought it was alley oop unity. I thought that was weird. People said that. I think it's just more like an old man term at this point. And
No,
get with the
it's very real.
times. Get with the times.
I truly would love like one of those things that if I had a lot of money, I would pay like 3 Olympic ice like figure skating judges to learn all of our trick names and then to apply their theory of like axles and spinning and how they need to be how they land, what foot they use, their form while they do it. Analyze everything that we do and you tell us what you think makes sense, and we reference that at some point. I'm not going to say they're going to be absolutely right, because there's a whole the culture argument will always come in, and I think that's important. But absolutely, I would love to see from somebody who has no idea what we're doing come in and be like, no, this makes the most amount of sense. Because when I came in, I didn't know any of these trick names, and when someone was telling me you could do the alley-oop into a groove trick, I was like, okay, but then I was trying to do it. It's like, but what does that mean for like when I'm doing something backwards and then I spin this way or spin that way, or I'm going forward and I land backwards, and there's a lot of stuff to consider. But the thing is, I think at the end of the day, we're all talking about the same thing. We just have a bunch of different names. And culture is what plays a big part in that. Is, you know, people on the other side of the world call the Royale a shifty, and still a lot of people do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of really dumb ones. The the sunny day, cloudy night.
Yeah, man.
It's regional too. I mean, I
Very
was just in
regional.
Kentucky. I was just in Kentucky. What's his name? Doug. I was in Kentucky, and Doug was saying, Williams was saying, he called a mistrial an overpuss.
Yeah,
that was the term he
overpuss.
used.
Yep.
And I was
That
like,
sounds terrible.
It's awful.
I mean, that's what they called it. That's what he was a kid, and that's what they call. I don't know, man, but I'm just like, I'll call it a mistrial. I don't know if I could say that to.
I
out
think
loud.
that fundamentally these conversations, I think they're fun.
Yeah.
But when people take them too seriously, that is what I think that's one of the reasons why it's so hard for us as a big community to organize sometimes. Like the United States doesn't have aggressive skating representation within the federation for us to be in the Olympics.
Right.
Yet all the other countries have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's because we cannot get to this point where
Gotta get
we
it together.
can say, okay, this is.
I don't know if you
semantics.
want my opinion on the Olympics
Yeah.
thing. I don't know. If you
The one thing I will say though, for especially the other side of the argument, I think for alley-oop unity, that what it essentially boils down to is the culture is incredibly important, and it's easy to wash away things that are truly fundamental to what we understand, because the history is important. Stuff's going to evolve, but where we've been is the only reason we are here. So I absolutely get that. It's hard to tackle something like that, and skateboarding is seeing a lot of that in the Olympics. Like, none of their culture is represented at all, and I think it should be, but us included. Everybody's culture, their story should be told a little bit. At least should be part of the focus, rather than cut dry, do your tricks, and who's going to make the most money, you know? Like, it is a lot what the big stuff comes down to.
I think we also get to hug the culture the way we're hugging it, because we have a huge gap, right? Like, we have it goes from people like our age to little kids.
Yep.
There's not a middle point. There's not like teenagers killing it all over the place like it was when we started skating, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it also could be due to the volume of people, because like I said, like, you know, people don't control language like unless it's just whoever the biggest. I mean, if we had more people doing it, then maybe there'd be like a more centralized talking point of like, such and such person calls it a salve, so everyone starts calling it a salve. I just feel like because it's so small, it's also hard to like, it's hard for the lexicon to, you know, to actually come together and like make sense. It's just, I don't know, it's too weird and small. But
I think we're living in the process of that happening.
That's what makes it fun, though. I like being like, I don't know, so small. It makes it, I don't know. I don't know. I like how punk rock rollerblading can be sometimes. How like
me
DIY
too.
and
I hear you on that.
Fringe. How completely like you're like you're a social pariah. Like, nobody likes what you do, and you're still like, I love this. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Very pure.
I love that too. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
I love, like, I've been skating for so long, and then I go every Wednesday night skate, or whenever, like every other Wednesday night skate, and you see all of us skating through New York, and you still see so many people. Oh my God,
Rollerbladers.
rollerblading? What's happening? Pull your phone, like.
Yeah.
I love that, like.
Uh,
I have that here too. I have people come up to me all the time and be like, "I didn't know people still rollerbladed." It was, it's like, I
I
mean,
thought that was a thing.
yeah, right. It's like I can't believe so many people thought it just absolutely went extinct. Like nobody would possibly own
I
rollerblades
know, so
anymore.
crazy.
But then the
yeah,
amount
but
of
they won't tell you in person how they really feel about it, though. They won't actually tell you how they.
you're not wrong. I've caught some
I,
people slipping and saying, "Yeah, we used to call rollerbladers gay back in the day." And I was like, "Why?" I
oh,
always
dude,
I always
I've
just ask them why. It was like, "Oh, we were dumb." I was like, "Well, that's a good answer."
Well, they still do nowadays.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
I've had a couple of clips do really well on Instagram, and when you see what that looks like, it's
Oh yeah, no,
you're like,
it's
oh, everyone still fucking hates you. Okay, I thought,
hey
okay,
man,
yeah,
Instagram is a cesspool. As soon as you crack like a certain amount of views, you start garnishing attention from people who
yep,
are only looking to be trolls.
yeah, I
And
know. It's
there's
just crazy to see it. Like you don't hear it. You don't
you're
see.
right.
You're not at the skate park, and people are like, fucking, get out of here. Like they're
Eric
not
Michael
chasing
has
you
had
out. Like
that. There was so many people on Eric Michael's recent post. It was super cool that it's just people talking completely out of ignorance how easy it would be to like 540 topsoil a handrail. It's like, then why aren't you doing it? Like, I watch your skateboarding clips and you don't skate any street. I've never seen a handrail from you, but if you could do it on blades, why wouldn't you? That's my biggest
yeah.
thing. It's like I hate it that much that even though I'm super good, I still hate it. It's
I've
weird.
never in my entire life gone anywhere on the internet and left a hateful comment to
Yeah.
somebody. Even like
Yeah.
I've never made a troll account. I don't know what compels people to do that, but it's not that's not something that's inside of my soul that I'm like, I
Yep.
have to get on. You know what? I fucking hate this person so much. I'm gonna tell them right now. Like, who the fuck does? I just
Yep.
that's crazy to me. But
And that's the biggest
Yeah,
takeaway is you have to remember you wouldn't associate with those people, so there's no reason to even take their opinions to heart
it's
because
pity. It's pity
yeah,
if you have that amount of time
right.
it
to
just
It's
do all
opened
sad.
my
that.
eyes.
It's
It just
pity,
opened my.
dude. Do
I
something
thought
better
it
with
was
your
all
life,
done.
man.
I thought the hate was gone. I don't
Nah.
know.
Nah, it still
It's
exists very wide on the internet. People in person though,
Yeah.
I've had great experiences.
Yeah, rollerblading is dope, and I kind of like I like that people don't get it all the time. It's hard to understand, and it's like I don't know. It makes it very it feels like it's more ours,
mm,
and if that's like the one thing I can take, that's like that's nice. That's
I
fine.
agree. I agree,
I
man.
hear
Like
you.
keep it small. Keep it small
I
I
agree.
respect that, bro.
Yeah.
All right, I want to do the fast five.
Let's do it.
I don't.
for sure.
All right, all right. It sounds like you're acquainted with this, so I'm just gonna shoot. Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
All right. Park, street, or urban.
Street,
Oh, easy. All right, no
100%. Yeah.
question. Favorite pair of skates of all time.
The them weekend 909. I just it really made me realize I really love color and kind of playing with color in a clip and just like it just changed the way I kind of like. I never liked bright colors until I got those, and now I just love bright colors. So
That's crazy. I love it. I mean, I know Josiah loves them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, dude.
Favorite trick of all time.
True Soul.
Oh, nice,
It's
nice.
just
That's
something
good. That's
about when
tight.
you really lace one of those, dude. You really get that just
Yeah,
fucking
Never done one,
incredible
but
feeling.
it looks fun.
love it. Especially on a
You
rail,
got it.
dude. Oh my god. I love that trick too. And favorite section ever.
I think I would say, and this is probably a weird answer. I don't care. This is with the truth. So I really love Yandriel Silverio's section Magnetician. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
remember
Oh
that
yeah.
one.
I love that
Oh
one.
yeah.
It just I really love the emotion that you can like feel in that, and that's my favorite thing in a lot of people's skating is like when you just feel for whatever reason like the raw emotion coming through their skating, their trick choices, the style, and something about him using like that really like it's a piano song, and the funny thing is that was one of the first things I learned when I got into like playing piano because I saw this like 3 years ago, so he kind of like re-sparked my interest in wanting to learn how to play.
Me too.
But I love that section so much because it's just so like uh, there's something really like contemplative about it or something. There's something like, and I've watched it so many times that just the vibe is like very thoughtful. I don't know. It's like something about it's
Provocative.
really. You don't see a lot of really bare bones piano over skating, and that's why even in some of my sections now, I've used it in trailers and I've used it in my popularity receipts. We have an entire like 2.5, 3 minute piano section, and that was inspired by him. So, yeah, that's
Love
my favorite.
Jandry. Shout out to Jandry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So good, dude. Just
Yeah.
something about the theme and the way that, like, I don't know, the voice, like this. I love samples in, like, if you've noticed in some of my sections, there's like audio samples and stuff, and
Yeah.
like,
Who produced it? Do you know?
what do you mean?
Wheel
Who
scene?
produced this video? Oh, Wilson. Of course, man.
Filmed
Oh,
and
I didn't
edited
realize it was on
by
Wilson.
Humberto Clavijo. I've not heard
Yeah,
that
it's
name.
I think it's one of his really close friends.
It's fantastic. It really is. I remember when this came out. Yandi was one of the first people that I really observed doing grinder blading. I came into aggressive inline absolutely fresh to it. No idea people could even do grinds at the end of 2022 or beginning of 2022. And Yandi was the one. I mean, this was about that time, putting out really popular content. So seeing his style of
So
skating,
that
man,
combo right there is ridiculous.
and he
Like,
does
if
it
you
so
get-
quick.
He also does a
that's
lot of
the
stuff
thing.
both ways.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, he's not doing the trick. He's doing it the way he did it. He landed and immediately went into a blind spin onto like it's perfect, dude. Boom, no time. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, little. I had a little illusion. That's one of
Yes.
the things I got obsessed with recently was illusion tricks.
Yep.
Oh my, you're about to get an illusion section too.
No, I already got one. I got. I don't know if maybe you didn't notice. It's hard sometimes. I feel like I don't know if people see it or not because like I've watched really famous sections. There's a Chris Happy section where he has like 9 illusion tricks, and if you're not paying attention, you don't fucking see them.
Right. Yeah.
But my section popularity
Leading the blind.
receipts-
Huh?
I don't know if it's not leading the blind. Fuck, I'd have to ask Hawk which one. Hawk was the one that sent it to me, and he was like, "Watch this," and it's like it's so technical you can't even. I can't remember what the fucking name of it was. It's like a popular section, but yeah, in this section, if you watch, like there's like it's half of its illusion tricks. So
Sick.
yeah, like I do like illusion cab acid and illusion cab salve at the end of this, I think, or maybe it's in the. I don't know
This
where it
this
is.
ledge is also like super buttery, though. Like,
Yeah.
I got a trick I'm gonna do on this soon. I'm fucking hyped on.
All right.
Yeah, dude, I love that ledge. We started skating that recently. It's been there forever, but I just like no one skated it. I lacquered it, and so it's just fucking so glass. It's like my favorite spot in Columbus for sure.
Nice.
that's dope.
Sick.
You can
man.
test like the floor.
That's what I'm gonna do in the next. That's what my plan is to try. Yeah, it's very slippery. It's completely metal. So,
Oh, sick.
That's
yeah,
so good.
it's actually disorienting to get over it. The slats. It's like That's why I've been scared to kind of skate it with my vertigo being the way it was. I don't want to like trigger something or fucking. I don't know. I'm sure I'm fine now, but
I can see that though. Yeah,
Yeah,
every time I
yeah.
look at the trick, it's like,
yeah, when you're
yeah.
looking down and you're jumping and spinning all those fucking lines, or
Yeah.
you know.
For sure.
visually it's very appealing. You know, when you're actually looking at the grinds and the wheels rolling through it, it's really appealing visually, like video,
Yeah, dude.
which
for
I like
sure.
a lot.
Hey, man.
So who would you say has influenced your skating the most?
Just like who in general has probably Alex Sams, I'd say.
Shout out to
Um,
Alex Sams.
Yeah, I know he probably hates hearing. He's probably, man, this dude needs to shut the fuck up. I'm just kidding. We talk. I mean, he's cool. I'd love to get to skate with him in person sometime. He's been to Columbus, but I really liked something about. So he's like the way I am, kind of. He knows like he follows what he's good at, and he just kind of like follows and tries to find really unique things to do pretty dangerous stuff on, which isn't necessarily what I'm aiming for all the time, but like something about his skating is just so like raw and real and emotional and like
Yeah.
heavy in a way that feels like so like I don't know, like I don't know. There's like something cathartic about watching an Alex Sam section for me. But he was also one of the first person that inspired me to like try to grind a wire, which led to me getting a chain, and so
Crazy.
That's
That's
cool.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
if it
It's
wasn't
always
for
been
him, I
like
never
that.
would have grinded a chain. So
That's dope.
That's
Well,
pretty
thank you,
instrumental.
Alex.
Yeah. Yeah. We appreciate that.
We owe you that.
Of course. Cool, man. Well, we so far, if anybody has any more questions, please start shouting them out. But so far, we've got one, and it's from Hood Panda. And it's actually, you'd say that, but it's a good question. What trick
I'm
have you
sure it is. He's
filmed
great.
that took the longest or was the hardest ever?
What was that trick?
What trick took the longest?
Fuck, dude. I don't know. Hold on.
I know there was that
There's some-
one that was 300 plus.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but there's been ones where like honestly throughout that too, there was some where it was like multiple days we went back and I didn't get it. Fuck. What's funny is I wish Hawk was sitting right here. He would know exactly what fucking. He'd be like, dude, it was blah blah blah, and like he, because there was some where we took days and days. Like, fuck, dude. I'm like, I really want to have a good answer for this one because I feel like it's like.
Hawk, if you wanna be on this, please send me a message.
Yeah, well, let's ask him. I
No,
bet you'd be on.
I definitely think
Yeah.
one of them. It probably some of the chain transfer tricks because like we had gone and I had gone to living to that 25 stair a few times and tried to set up different things there and it didn't work out at all or like oh, man, but just a single trick that. God damn. It literally is. There's so many, dude. The trauma is all coming back trying to think about it. Just like the amount of hell that I put myself through. I literally like went to the depths of my fucking soul for some of these. That's why I'm just like, what did I do? I don't even remember. I forget all the stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'd say honestly, I'm just gonna go with I think the top acid to Royale on that rail the very first time I did that might have been the longest. I don't know. See, I was like 250 tries, but I was there for like 4 hours because we had to like there was like a lot of traffic and we had to set it up first and then like I don't know. There's just a lot of. But I swear to God, we went there like multiple times, multiple days, and just things didn't work out. Like I couldn't get the angle right, or like I don't even know. Yeah, see, I'm just in my head now. But yeah, there's too many. The answer is there's way too many, and I don't know why I do this to myself. That's the answer. So,
I love it. I love it.
I feel that.
yeah.
So even if what if it's besides tricks or maybe including the tricks, like what is the craziest story that you can think of when it comes to your time blading?
Oh, I actually thought because I thought about he sent me this stuff like, right before this, and I thought about it. Definitely my ender from Nail in the Coffin. So it's where I jump off of a trailer into a ramp. That was a trick that like all of like Hawk and all those like it's been something that everyone's like kind of seen and wanted to do for a really long time, and since they were kids like talked about doing it. And so like this day we went and did it. It was like everything seemed to just be against us because like we went to go try to do this and it's completely fenced off and it's like a produce plant or something. It was on the weekend. That right there, that first intro of us, there's an intro shot of us walking and that's us walking through this path because we tried 6 different ways to like break into this place. Like yeah, right there. So and the story behind it gets even crazier. So like we like at one point we parked across the street and like there's barbed wire all around this place. So Hawk went up and he was just gonna climb over the barbed wire. Like I don't know, there's a part where it was a little recessed. Put his hand on it, cut the shit out of his hand. I'm like, what the? So Hawk's bleeding everywhere, and I'm like, dude, it's not gonna work, man. We probably just gotta like wait till the gates open or something. It's just gonna be another day. And he was like. No, he's like, I bet you can get in through the back if we go around. So we went like a mile over another street, like followed the train tracks along, and then we found like a little place where the 2 fences were right here, where you could walk between them. And we just happened to be able to squeeze in and get through. And then when you're on top of this trailer, dude, you're visible to a main road with a ton of people on it. Everyone can see you. You're high up, and you got to do it, or the cops are gonna come. And you broke into, you know what I mean? So like, and it didn't break in. We walked right in, but like we literally went around this side, didn't get in. We're on this side, couldn't get in. We're on this side, couldn't get in. and then we found this little corner, got through, and then while I'm doing it, I'm up there. I'm like, fucking all right, dude, and I fucking send it. Hawk sets the camera up at the bottom, and he's holding his camera. Both cameras didn't record. The one that was on the ground, it fell over because of the wind, and then the one that Hawk was holding, for whatever reason, never does this. Just happened to weirdly glitch out and not record it. And then I land it first try, and I'm like, God damn, bro, that was the craziest thing I've ever done, dude. And he was like, and he was like, I didn't get it. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious? Because sometimes he'll fuck with us. He's done it in different edits. He'll go, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And he's like, just fucking with you. And I'm like, you're an asshole. But so I had to do it again. And the fall that you see in that section is the second time I did it. I fell. And I was like, God damn it. So I've been up on this trailer now twice, like rolling up to it, all these people driving by, seeing me. And I'm just like, God damn it, dude. All right, right here I fell. And I'm like, I look at Hawk and I'm like, motherfucker, I can't believe I'm about to, like, all right, dude, I guess I'm going to try it a third time. And then that's the one I land. And the other funny, weird thing about it is I just happened to be listening to the song I use in the next section we made, Survival Tickets, while I did that. I was listening to my section song from that. I
love how that tied up.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
It's all connected.
That was a crazy, that shit was so meant to be that, like, I mean, despite everything, we still got the clip. Like, that was a crazy story.
Good work, man. Good work.
Legit.
Sweet.
Do you have any more questions, Josiah?
Yeah, we've got a few more. Another one from Hood. Are any of your fans dentists?
I imagine in the whole scheme of people who would call themselves a fan of me that there might be somebody who'd be a dentist, but probably not. No. They would listen to it and they'd be disappointed because there's no tooth talk in the music. They'd be like, "Well, he's not even talking about dentistry. What is this?"
I came to learn about enamel, not chain grinds.
Yeah, they would send me a cease and desist because that's the name of their fucking dentist.
Happy Tooth.
Yeah.
That's great. From K. Omer, are all of your teeth happy? What a great question.
They're honestly, they're happier now than they have been in the past because I've had more dental work than I think a lot of people, because it all started from busting my teeth out and then having having braces. I've had a lot of teeth things, but now stable,
nice and
good
happy.
To go. Happy as they can be. Yeah,
that's beautiful. Sean Michelson has 2 questions. If you had a pro skate, what would it look like?
God, I feel like that question haunts every rollerblader because, like, I don't think I would ever get a pro skate. I can't imagine a universe in which that would happen. But part of me is like, well, it should be some kind of theme where you skate chains and the chains are gray, so a gray skate. But I don't really like gray skates. And then, like, so I think, oh, I know what I would want. I just thought of it. It just came to me.
All right.
I've never seen it done before, and it would be horrible. It'd be hideous. Everyone would hate it. But it would be just for me, because it would be funny. I would want one that's like black and white stripes. I'd have a Beetlejuice skate. That would be my skate. What I'm wearing right now, black and white, just black and white. Maybe two-tone, like half the skate's black, half the skate's white. Revolution, right there. Nobody steal that idea.
I love Bobby, but he had one skate that was horrible. And if people can be behind that skate, I'm sure they can be behind that one too.
I mean, yeah, dude, just split color. It'll be the first of its kind. Where, like, if you look at me at one angle, they'll be white. If you look at another, they'll be black, and you'll be like, "What's going on?" Just right down the middle.
It's black.
It's genius. It's either genius or really stupid, but it's
love it. And you make a section with Michael Jackson music. It's white. It's black.
My God. Add to the controversy of it all. That's the one thing I said this recently. You know, when people do the toes grind, I have some toes grinds, like the toe slides in my new section. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Call that the thriller grind, something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, woo, you know,
that's
up
true.
on the toes.
Yeah, that's
I like
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Everyone just says toes when they refer to that trick. I'm just like, there's no name for that. They just go, yeah, toes to
toe
whatever.
slide.
Like, yeah.
Claim it. Thriller grind.
really
Shit.
grinding.
I don't think it's a good name. It's just a name.
I think,
Okay,
I think it
alright.
also makes sense. I mean, people will see and be like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Cool. And then the second question from Sean: do you have a favorite chain, and do they have names?
That's the best question. So I do think it just depends on what you're trying to do, because I have different gauges of chains now, which is something I've just been focusing on or messing with
Yes.
recently. I have a thinner gauge chain that we've been trying. I front salved it in my last section. That was how I was able to do that, because I tried Unity and Sav on the normal gauge chain. It was too thick, wouldn't work. For me at least. But yeah, like I have an OG one that's just 16 feet, and then I got one that's 25, and then Hawk bought one that's like 20, and it's like a shiny one, which was like a weird. He was like, maybe it'll grind better, but like we skated it in bright sun and it was blinding. So I was like, that's not. But we still used. I used it in the triple chain. You just can't tell. But like, my favorite one's probably the OG one, and I don't know if they have names, but maybe we should name them. I feel like that's
Yes.
he's right.
Yeah, get
They're
some
part of-
names
mean-
on them chains.
There's one name, the OG, the OG
Yeah,
one.
the OG chain. Yeah,
Yeah,
Old
I like
Faithful.
that. Is there anybody that you think people should be paying more attention to, and you want to highlight them through this platform?
Fuck. Really, Hawk Trackler, dude. If you guys don't like watch his he's put out more skating sections than anybody on the planet. I'm pretty sure he has I think he's at 30 fucking 9 or some shit, or 36, or I don't know. It's whatever his age is plus 1 or 2 or something. I don't know. He's made so many sections. It's really impressive. He's made a lot of really awesome edits. If it wasn't for Hawk, none of these tricks I've done would have happened, and if they did, they wouldn't have been documented as well. And half the time he's thought of at least half of the ideas that you've seen.
Wow.
Like if you see a really cool trick, Hawk was the one that was like, how about blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay. And then so definitely Hawk does not get the credit he deserves. I feel like Hawk needs a fucking Jump Street podcast. He needs a Wheel Scene podcast. Hawk needs a fucking I don't know. Usually Hawk needs a pro skate, bro. He's done so much for skating. But other actual and then I really do think Luke Naylor, Brian Weiss, those dudes are underrated legends that are really close to me. I get to see skate that I think everyone knows that they're incredible, but
we don't
I
talk
feel like
about them
they don't
enough.
get mentioned enough. They don't get name dropped as
Especially
Brian
with-
Weiss is one of the greatest.
Absolutely,
100%.
man. Absolutely.
Innovation.
And I mean, you got Luke winning so many comps too. It's just I feel like we should be talking about them more. I totally agree. But just beyond that, their skating is phenomenal in just ways you don't see, and it all has to do with the way they use their I swear their knees and their ankles. The way that they use their legs specifically is so unique. It makes them both such incredibly cool looking skaters. I've noticed that the more time I spend with them, it's you guys can move your knees, your ankles, your legs in a way that doesn't look possible. It looks almost like they're doing kung fu sometimes. It's crazy. I love it.
Dude, they're epic.
They're masters.
Yeah,
Good guys too.
I
Real good
just think
guys.
I get why they're not always being mentioned, because it's just there's so many skaters that are so good, but they'll eventually make their way up to that GOAT conversation. I just feel like they've been so good for so long, and they just the content, the style,
Yep,
they're dope.
agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, people have been sleeping on them for a long time, and then it's always good for me to, when I'm in a section and I realize when somebody's watching them for the first time, people are always surprised, because especially like Brian is one of those guys that just be chilling next to you, and then he does something, and you're like,
Yeah, dudes like that make me go, oh, I'm not that good at skating. Okay, you see people that are really good in person, you're like, oh, I'm good at what I do. I can do this, but I can't do that. That's something else. I don't know what that is.
It makes me want to be a better man. Yep, for sure. Sweet, man. Well, Meta, what are you gonna say? Go ahead.
yeah, I just want to know, is there any way that people can support what you do or support you directly? Hey, wheel sponsors, come on.
Yeah,
Where
where's
are
the real
you?
sponsors?
Come on. I'm gonna tag people here, Murder Militia, Orange Wheel Company. What's up?
Sponsors of any kind, man. Come on.
I've already like received, you know, so much like love and stuff from people that like you don't have to support me. Like that's great if you do. I'd like show somebody a trick that you like maybe or something, but just, you know, I think you know, I don't need the support I would need would be more like monetary, you know, give me some wheels or some money, you know. Other than that, just just show my skating to someone if you like it. I don't know, you know.
Right.
That's cool. It's
I
a cool
definitely
thing.
can do that for sure.
Yeah, man. All right, well, dude, I appreciate you being on here. This has been a great conversation. I've liked being able to dig into your head a little bit, just as far as like what compels a person to grind down 3 chains. Like I've always been incredibly impressed by your skating, but after this conversation, I have much more like foundational respect for how you approach these things. Like I no part of me doubted that you didn't, you know, that you would write this stuff down and be really articulate about it, but you are very, very caught up in the process of what it means to be a creative blader and pushing yourself, and it's obvious that you don't stop either. I respect the crap out of that, man. It's really cool.
Same.
Thank you,
Yeah.
dude. That means a lot. I'm just trying to keep it interesting and just I never imagined I could have done anything I've done. So that's like anyone that likes anything I've done blows my mind. I don't know how it's happened. I don't know. I'm just skating and I'm having fun. So
Thank you
But
for doing it.
and
Thank you for
exactly.
documenting it. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for being open to be here. Thank you for sharing your process. Thank you for just being, dude. Like you bring so much to the community just being who you are. And this conversation, I hope it showcases to everybody like how genuine it is and how your approach is like so genuine and like pure towards like skating, you know? Like, and I fucking appreciate that, dude.
thank you. I really hope I didn't ramble too much. I really
Nope.
have no idea what I said, which is how these things always go. But like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was, you know, when you're on a podcast, you just get a little nervous, rambly. So who knows? I might have.
Oh
So
no.
hopefully it all made sense. You know.
Oh, it was great. Phenomenal, dude. No, you're
That's
very
amazing.
articulate. You did a good job of explaining things. You're a good storyteller too. It was fun to be along for some of
Thank you.
those rides. But no, yeah. Thank you everybody for being here, for participating in today's molar blading. Shout out to Shawn Michelson for that's my favorite phrase now. But yeah, the happiest of teeth with us today. I really appreciate it, man. We've been listening to Happy Tooth all day today on the Spotify. I'm going to share his link tree right now. You can catch all of his music here. Please go and support that. Your music is really fun, dude. You've got a wide variety, and I can tell that you do it because you're passionate about it. And the same with blading, you pursue what feels good and what is challenging to you, and that's it's very, very cool. There's not many people who live a lifestyle like that, and I respect it a lot, man. So again, if you want to support Happy Tooth, there's going to be a variety of links throughout the chat and then some in the description. Go there, go share some blading, go show people some chain grinds, update people on what's going on in the rollerblading world, because again, it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I can't even imagine grinding a chain. So
You got it. You got it. 100%.
someday, it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna try it, but it's gonna take a long
If
time.
we ever skate together, I'll set one up for you, and we can do it together.
Well-
Anyone. If I'm ever with anyone, and there's some way to set up a chain, they want to try it, I'll
Yes.
facilitate. Because dude, my favorite thing in the world to grind is a chain. Like I'm not. There's a reason that the first time I ever did it, I was shaking. I was so scared. But after like the 10th time, you know, I got there. So it's really fun.
I'm gonna take you up on that. If I ever see you, I'm definitely gonna take you up on that, and I'm
Yes.
gonna try to have a slack line so you can try to grind my slack line.
Oh, dude, you'd probably be
I'm
good at
down.
slacklining, man. I could
I
only imagine.
need to grind a tennis net. That's like on
Oh
my list
yeah,
of things
you
to
could
try. Yeah.
easily, dude. You easily could. I really think a chain would be harder than those because yeah, they're
That's
springy.
not that hard.
But yeah, I've don't get me wrong, I've jumped over one, but I've locked even a soul on that, and I was like, that's not too bad. A chain though, I've kind of tried, and yeah, so
depends
you
on-
could do it.
It depends on where it's at too, because we've skated, like I figured out you can skate the loosest of chains, the longest, loosest. Like I mean, anything works. It just depends on how you hit it. So
Crazy, absolutely crazy. Sweet. Well, Happy, we're gonna sign
Yeah.
off. You don't have to jump right off the stream first. I'm gonna end it, and then we can we'll have a quick little friendly conversation. We'll thank you for being on, and we'll sign out. But thank you to everybody for being on the stream. We're gonna end it here. Again, please go and support Happy Tooth and Hawk Trackler, and go listen to some of his music. You will not be disappointed. We appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here, everybody. Later, Bladers.